and welcome to FPL Mate, your best mate for fantasy Premier League content for the 2022-23 season. My name is Dan, and today I've got for you a Game Week 25 free hit team that I think is going to absolutely dominate Game Week 25. I should tell you that this is not my free hit team. I'm not going to be free hitting this week, and if you can avoid free hitting, I would definitely recommend trying to just use a hit or so instead. But if a free hit is for you this week, and it's going to be the one for some people, this is the video for you. If you're not free hitting, I think this could be kind of useful as well to kind of have a look at some of those players who are expected to score well this week. So if you do enjoy this one, please do leave a like, please do subscribe for more FPL content. But without further ado, guys, let's have a look at this team. Okay, so I've spent 99.7 million on this team, so I imagine most people will be able to afford this team, no problem whatsoever. We're going to start off in goal and then move through this team, starting with Pickford. So Pickford is actually the goalkeeper who I'm going to go for. We have seen Everton under Sean Dyche really improve defensively with 2 clean sheets out of 3 Premier League games. And although you might not say that these 2 fixtures are guaranteed clean sheet results, what you can say is that maybe we'll get a clean sheet out of these 2 from our Everton players. At the very least, we're looking at maybe a 4-pointer just for those appearance points, and save points as well is going to be very, very important for our goalkeeper this week. So if we're going to go for a goalkeeper, we don't want to be going for goalkeepers with teams that have defenses that we quite like, defenders that have a decent amount of attacking threat. We do want to go for a goalkeeper who is going to get us clean sheets and save points, and not much else really. That's all we can really hope for. So I like the look of Pickford, very cheap, very budget friendly. I think he works as a normal transfer as well if you are looking for a new goalkeeper for your FPL team. So he is my goalkeeper pick for the free hit team. Into defense, we have got Trent Alexander-Arnold, which is probably going to be a little bit of a controversial one, especially if you watched Liverpool in the Champions League last night. Now, we do know that Liverpool are a weak defense. They are not a very good defense. They are conceding an insane amount of chances, and they are conceding an insane amount of goals as well. However, what we do have here is an opportunity to go in on a Liverpool defender for 1 game week only. So Trent Alexander-Arnold, has he got a clean sheet chance? Like, maybe. Crystal Palace and Wolves are not exactly known to be the best attacking teams. In fact, they're 2 of the very weakest attacking teams in the entire Premier League. So you can say that if you expect Liverpool to keep a clean sheet at any time, maybe now is that opportunity. Out of these 2 opportunities, maybe now is going to be the chance where they get a clean sheet in one of these games. What I also like about Trent is the attacking spiel that he has, really, because when we look at Liverpool players, yes, their defense is very weak, but their attack is actually quite strong, and Trent Alexander-Arnold does contribute to that, whether that's from set pieces, whipping in crosses, or playing passes to his teammates in that advanced position on the right-hand side. What we can see from Trent is that he is creating a little bit. He will take the occasional shots, and again, double the opportunities means double the opportunities for those attacking returns with those double fixtures. So we've got Trent. Let's move on to someone else, and we've got Craig Dawson, the West Ham legend, Ballon Dawson, now playing for Wolves, and we do know that he has historically provided a decent amount of attacking threat from those set pieces. So 1 Wolves defender in this team, and that is going to be Dawson. Fulham away, a team that aren't scoring too many goals at the moment. Fulham have kind of really changed their kind of methodology a lot. They used to be a team that scored a lot of goals and conceded a lot of goals. Now they're a team that doesn't score many goals and doesn't concede too many either. So this could be an opportunity for a clean sheet in that game. Liverpool game, well, we know Wolves have already kept a clean sheet against Liverpool in the last few weeks. So maybe that's going to be another opportunity, bonus opportunity for a clean sheet there as well. Plus the attacking threat, decent chance of maybe a clean sheet over the 2 games, and a minimum points of, 4 for just playing games, and unless of course he gets yellow cards and concedes loads of goals. Of course, that is a possibility, but decent attacking threat. And I think if money is no issue, as with a free hit is often the case, Dawson is a better defensive option than the likes of Kilman. He's just slightly better, I think, there. So if you're on a free hit, you're not worried about spending that budget on Wolves players for the long term, Dawson is probably going to be your guy. Finally, Tarkowski in defense. And I don't need to talk too much about Tarkowski because we've spoken about him so much already this week. And we will probably continue to do so because I do think he is one of the top picks for the whole game week and for the whole of FPL right now, really. 4.3 million for Everton's #1 attacking threat. And if you expect Everton to score any goals in this game week, then actually Tarkowski is statistically the most likely player to score those goals, which says a lot about Everton, really. But Aston Villa at home, this is a game where you expect some teams to score goals because Aston Villa have been quite weak defensively recently. So Everton, if they're going to score a goal or two against Aston Villa, maybe that's going to come from Tarkowski. We've already spoken about the fact that Everton have really improved defensively as well. So clean sheets on the cards, attacking returns definitely on the cards, and we've seen Tarkowski pick up some bonus points recently as well. So really, really nice pick for any team, free hit or not. Moving into midfield, we're going to start you off with Mo Salah. Yes, it's the return of Mo Salah in the Champions League. Last night, he got a goal and an assist, and we have seen him with goals and assists more recently as well. More importantly, we know Salah is a player who can occasionally go off and score those mega hauls, 10 points plus. Yes, he hasn't been doing it as frequently this season as he has done previously, but he still is occasionally getting that huge, nice FPL score, which is very, very nice. Crystal Palace and Wolves are pretty nice fixtures, you would say, for any player, really. And Salah, with the ability that we know he has, and the penalties as well, in 2 opportunities, and the fact that he is nailed on in this Liverpool team as well, he's going to be playing 90 minutes probably in both matches on that right wing. Let's see what he could do. I think this is a good opportunity to go for Salah, even if you're not on a free hit. But the advantage of getting Salah on a free hit is that if you're not convinced by these Liverpool players long term, then maybe it's okay to go for one of them or 2 of them or 3 of them for one game week only. And given the double game week, I think I would definitely be going all in on those double game week players. Next up, we're going to go for Saka, a really obvious player, a player who I'm sure most of you guys have in your normal teams anyway. But if you're free hitting, I would definitely be putting him in the free hit team as well. Leicester, a team who have conceded a couple of goals to Manchester United, so we know that Leicester are still kind of weak defensively, and we have got Everton at home. Arsenal maybe looking to get a bit of a revenge there. The fact that it's a home game might change things a little bit. Arsenal, of course, very much pushing still, and I do like these Arsenal attackers a lot, just because Arsenal, attacking-wise, seem to be doing a lot better than defensive-wise. Their attackers are putting up much better numbers than the defenders. The defenders not looking too likely to keep clean sheets at the moment, so they have dropped defensively, but in attack, they're doing very well still, creating a lot of chances. And hey, another penalty taker there with Saka, which is something we very much like. Ødegaard is going to be the next player, same fixtures as Saka, of course, and a decent player in that creative role. He hasn't been doing bits recently as the same kind of way that he has done previously in the season, but he's still doing very well. We're still seeing him getting big chances to score. We're still seeing him taking shots from range, and we're still seeing him create chances for his teammates as well. So do like Ødegaard. I think Salah, Saka, and Ødegaard are going to be the 3 top midfielders of the game week. So I think you've got to have all 3 of these players. These are probably 3 players that are going to be nailed on in your game week 25 free hit team, and probably should also be 3 players that you own for your normal team if you're not free hitting as well. And let's complete the midfield. We're going to actually go for Alex Iwobi as the 4th midfielder here, who, look, let's be honest, he is not a player you would typically pick, but he has been creating a little bit. He has been taking shots. In terms of those Everton attackers, yes, Tarkowski has been the most likely to get those attacking returns, but Iwobi is another one of those players who is one of the better attackers at Everton, and he is on set pieces as well, which seems to be, or some set pieces at least, which seems to be a big part of the way that Everton are playing right now. Set pieces dependent a lot, so let's see what he can do. We're not expecting a mega points from Iwobi, but hey, if you can score 4 points from him just for playing, maybe 5 if he gets a clean sheet in one of those games, and maybe you get lucky and get an assist, and that puts him up to 8 points for the game week. That's probably the best case scenario here, but at the same time, it is better than nothing. It is better than, you know, the other kind of players that people are going to be playing here. Maybe Andreas Pereira, who is really only going to score 2 points, like some of the other single game week players who are probably not going to score too many points. You could go for a Mahrez here maybe and just take the high risk, high reward on that single fixture against Bournemouth. But Iwobi definitely provides that safe 4 points base. You could maybe get an extra point for a clean sheet, maybe get a few more points, but most of all, the fact that you're on a free hit means that you can get a player like Iwobi for 1 game week only. He's not really the kind of player who I'd be looking to keep in my team permanently, but on a free hit, you can afford to take these kind of risks on players who you typically wouldn't want in a single game week. Because it's a double game week, because it's a free hit, why not go for him? Up front, we've got our only single game week player in the starting 11, and that's going to be Erling Haaland against Bournemouth. Now, it seems crazy to go against Haaland in a game against Bournemouth. You would say the best striker scorer in the league, the best FPL point scorer in the league against probably the weakest team in the league at this present moment. Yes, it's an away fixture, but we still have a lot of faith in Haaland, and you can imagine that Man City will rock up to this game and score 3 or 4 goals. And if that's going to happen, who do you think is going to be the star of the show? Well, none other than Erling Haaland himself. So I think it's going to be a very good opportunity for him, even though it's a single game week. I think it's difficult to go against this guy, bet against this guy. So even in a situation where we do have so many double game week players available to us, I still think Erling Haaland has to make the cut. Next up, Darwin Núñez. So Darwin Núñez, again, goal scorer last night, actually scoring some decent goals recently. I think that maybe we have been a little bit harsh on him in the past. Yes, he has missed big chances, but what we know about Darwin is that he gets a lot of chances, and he seems to be finishing them a little bit more often now. Maybe confidence is growing a little bit, and therefore I think he could be a really good pick. Now, are his minutes at risk? Yes, slightly. Yes, I don't know for sure that he's going to start 2 out of 2 games, but I think he's certainly the second most nailed on Liverpool forward at the moment after Salah. So I still think that he can provide a decent amount of minutes, maybe not all of the minutes, but a decent amount. And if he's in his current goal scoring form that he is, coming into form with all of the chances and opportunities that we know he gets, maybe he can do the business against the likes of Crystal Palace and Wolves. And we're going to finish off this team with Eddie Nketiah up front. So like I said, I do slightly prefer the Arsenal attack to the defence in this game week. Just currently at the moment, the attack seems to be doing slightly better. So although Nketiah has been disappointing recently, again, we are seeing him as a player who is getting a lot of opportunities to score. And it's only going to be a matter of time before he starts getting those FPL points on the board as well. He's been very unlucky to not get a few more kind of returns recently. I don't think it's really his fault. I think he's actually done quite well. And we know historically that he is a good finisher. He is a player who is consistently in the right places at the right time. And that's half the battle in football, really. All he's got to do is finish off those chances, and in 2 opportunities within 1 game week, I think he's going to be able to do that. An alternative one is you could go for Zinchenko in defence instead of Nketiah. Maybe replace Nketiah in the forward positions with another midfielder or another forward, maybe from Wolves or Everton. Maybe kind of difficult to say exactly, but yeah, I do still like Nketiah. I would prefer to back him rather than the likes of Zinchenko or Gabriel, just because, you know, you concede 1 goal and you're pretty much wiped out for Arsenal, and they do seem to be conceding goals at the moment. Whereas Nketiah, we know he's going to get lots of opportunities to score. We know that Jesus is not going to be back and available quite yet, so Nketiah is still going to be very much the main man, taking 90 minutes per game for Arsenal, or at least we hope. So yes, Nketiah is going to be the final player in the first 11. Let's bring up the bench, guys, very quickly. I've got Leno here against Wolves. Like I say, do like Fulham's defence recently. They have really improved defensively, and Leno has been getting a lot of points due to that. He's a kind of a little bit of an underrated goalkeeper at the moment, so why not throw him on the bench? He's very cheap as well. We've got Kilman, another favourite that a lot of people are going for at the moment because of his price. Why not use him as a backup option because of that cheap price? We've got Mateus here as well, Wolves midfielder. Looking through the numbers from the Wolves midfielders, it seems like Mateus Núñez should be probably the guy who is going to be getting the most chance of a points, although if I'm totally honest, I would not be picking any Wolves attackers, whether you're on a free hit or not. It does seem a little bit risky, but for the sake of getting a player with 2 fixtures, if you're looking for a player who is most likely to score attacking points for Wolves, there's not much there, but Mateus here, Neves, sorry, who is a little bit more expensive, so look, he's on the bench anyway, so at the end of the day, who cares that much? And Sofal here as well, very, very cheap defender for West Ham, starting every game, home game against Nottingham Forest. West Ham are not the worst defence in the world, so look, again, another cheap player to throw on the bench, because we can't have, you know, 3 players from, like, 4 teams. We don't fully get our full, 15 players here of double game week players. So we do have to choose some single game week players. Let's try and go for some cheap ones. Let's throw them on the bench and see what happens. Of course, if you've got a little bit more budget, maybe you want to upgrade some of these bench players. Maybe you can afford to upgrade some of your starting players as well. But if I'm honest, I would probably say that no matter what your budget was, something like what you see on screen right now is what I would go for. Even if I had a 200 million budget, I would still go for something very, very similar to this. So that's going to be the template. Quickly on captaincy, I'm going to actually put the captain's armband on Saka right now. I have a little bit more faith in the Arsenal attacker more than the Liverpool attacker Salah, who is going to get the vice captaincy for me. But I have to say, it is going to be between those two. I think those two are going to be the real popular favourite captains of the game week. And if you do prefer Salah, that's absolutely fine too. But for this team, and for the sake of me just throwing out a free hit template for you guys to use, Saka is going to be my captain, and he's probably going to be my captain in my team as well. So there you go. That is going to be my Game Week 25 free hit team. I think it looks reasonably good. I would be very happy to roll with this team. It's predicted to score 119 points according to the Fantasy Football Hub points prediction algorithm, which is a very decent amount of points. And I think there are some benefits, really, depending on who you are, depending on what your team looks like right now, how much trouble you're in right now to actually go for a free hit in Game Week 25, particularly if you are someone with a lot of Brentford and Brighton players already. You just want to remove them from one game week only and want to have them back for Game Week 27. Maybe a free hit is the one for you. So, look, it's a decent team, I think. Maybe this tempts you into the free hit. Maybe it doesn't. I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. Thanks for watching, guys. If you did enjoy, please do leave a like and please do subscribe if you're new around here. Today is going to be a double upload day, so we are going to be uploading the 100 experts video, which is going to be super, super interesting today. I know you're going to enjoy this one. And of course, we did buy, sell, keep, avoid. We did a massive strategy stream talking about chip strategy, and we did a tier list video as well on Monday. So do feel free to go check them out. But for now, I will see you later, mates. Bye-bye.